What do you think has become so expensive that it's just not worth it anymore?
$372 to go bowling.
The cheapest ticket you can get to go to the UNC at Duke game is almost $2,500.
So this is a bit of a continuation to my previous video where I was talking about how ridiculous movies have gotten. The prices of the tickets, the popcorn, drinks, the quality of the movies have just all taken a nosedive. And I asked you guys what wasn't worth the price anymore, and there were a lot of answers in the comments. So we're going to go over them today and see some of the insane prices that just made a lot of these activities not worth it anymore. So let me know about any more examples down below, but we're going to start off with one that's pretty obvious, and that is sports in general. You could really talk about anything that goes along with it. Prices to just watch it on TV, all of these different streaming services or channels you need, the price of any of the merchandise or the equipment to play the sport. You could add in kids sports, the travel teams, the academies, sports betting, and how insanely popular that's gotten over the past few years. It's really endless. But I think one of the worst parts are the ticket prices. Just unbelievable.
The cheapest ticket you can get to go to the UNC at Duke game is almost $2,500. If we go ahead and look at the most expensive tickets of this entire week for college basketball games, UNC Duke blows every single ticket price out of the water by over $2,000. The second most expensive game is going on tonight with Oregon at Gonzaga, which comes in at $290 for the cheapest ticket. The margin is absolutely absurd.
Okay, so I know that this is a little bit of an outlier, and being around the North Carolina area, I'm wearing the hat. It's a huge rivalry game. Basketball is very popular here, but at the end of the day, we're talking about college kids, and the cheapest price is over $2,000? Let's just ignore how ridiculous that sounds to begin with, and go to the second most expensive, $290 for that game. And you know that doesn't include any of the extra fees that comes along with buying it from Ticketmaster, any one of those other sites. On top of that, this is per ticket. How many people go to sporting events alone? So you're talking about minimum two. That $290 probably turns into $330 after fees, and going with one other person turns into $650+ just to get into the event. That also doesn't include if you drive there, having to park your vehicle. I went to a Carolina Hurricanes game a little bit over a year ago now, and just to be able to park in the parking lot cost me $40 alone. Doesn't include eating at the event or getting a drink, any of the merchandise at all. And at least in this clip, we're just talking about college sports. I know it's huge, it's very popular, but still not even the professionals yet. If you want to look at one of the biggest sporting events every year, we could see this clip right here that's still insane prices, but is actually misinformation from ESPN. This is a TikTok that I have up on screen that they uploaded. The most expensive ticket available at the Super Bowl, $6,327, which if you just Googled it and did a little bit of research, that's not true at all. The average price for the most recent Super Bowl 2025 was around $8,000 to be able to go. And of course, if you got any of those box seats, the super rich stuff, you're talking about 5 figures to be able to watch this game. Just looking at the comments, everybody knew that this was false. I feel like ESPN might have just put this up to get a little bit more engagement from people. I don't really understand. That's the cheapest there. Isn't there a $56,000 ticket? Very odd thing to put up by ESPN, but just being a sports fan in general, not even going to the games, is getting ridiculously expensive. That's why I end up just watching a majority of these games highlights on YouTube a few hours after the game ends, because it's completely free. You don't end up watching 2, 3, or 4 hours worth of an event, most likely summed up in 10 minutes, and you still get the scores. But we could transition into another very common overpriced activity now, anything that has to do with music.
What do you think has become so expensive that it's just not worth it anymore?
Concerts. My friend took his wife and daughter to Taylor Swift at $900 a ticket, and they were awful seats. So $2,700 for Taylor Swift tickets. Never mind gas, parking, swag, snacks. It's probably close to a $4,000 day. At some point, parents have to say no to their kids, and it's heartbreaking, but it builds character. By the way, because I'm old, I saw Led Zeppelin in 1977 for $15 in train fare.
And again, I know this is one of the outliers. Everybody knows how ridiculously expensive Taylor Swift tickets are. They were probably in nosebleeds for almost $1,000 a ticket. We've seen on my other channel talking about credit card debt, people spending $5,000 or $6,000 a ticket to be able to go to one of these concerts. So you could get way more expensive than what we saw in this clip, but this is not a one-off issue. If you just look it up on TikTok, many people are showing their receipts from concerts 5-6 years ago compared to what it is in 2025. Huge artists like Rihanna, big pop stars, not random smaller shows that would clearly be cheaper. I mean, now for most shows, it's almost unbearable. Here we can look at some of the comments. Lollapalooza 93 was $27. $900 for any concert is just plain robbery. The online system of buying tickets has gotten too greedy, like I said before. Same thing with the sports tickets. If each one of these was $900, it would probably be over $1,000 after all of the BS fees. We have more comments here talking about other markets. Airbnb, Disney parks are crazy. I just did 12 days in Europe for less than $4,000. Concerts are not worth it anymore. Movies, fast food, Disney World again. I think I saw Metallica for less than $20 back in 91. Concerts, plays, sporting events, basically any kind of entertainment. They're honestly not wrong. You could see the prices of Universal right now.
Want tickets at the door? There you go. One day is $159, and kids are $153. Wow.
A massive discount of $6 for your children to go compared to you. We could just go through some of the prices. VIP experience, the celebrity treatment, $469 a ticket. 1 or 2 day tickets, $339, $289. Then the 1 day general admission, $159, $153, $200 for 2 days. Season passes are almost $200. I forgot California as well, with I want to say almost a 10% tax, if not more. Now I need to look it up. So the statewide tax is 7.25%. But other districts could go up to another 2%, so you're getting pretty close to 10 there. But even that, dropping it down to 7% tax on $200, or on the $309 or $609 for the platinum annual pass. It's just unbelievable. Some of the comments here, I remember when it was $60 to get in and $30 for front of the line passes, all those fast passes that'll be even more expensive just so you don't have to sit in the line for 45 minutes to go on a ride that lasts 3 minutes. Costco sells an annual pass for almost $200, but still have to be a member of Costco. Adding on top of it another $60 a year. I guess amusement parks are a luxury now. I remember when it was $30. But we have a comment from you guys that goes well with the next clip and how crazy it's getting. I'm gonna just start rebuilding my DVD collection. So tired of everything behind a monthly paywall. It's amazing how fast it's completely gotten out of control in what, the past 5 or 6 years? The amount of money people would spend on their Blu-ray collections of all of these different movies and TV shows. Now it's just on Netflix or maybe Hulu, and it was $10 a month. And now we're here in 2025 and you could see some of these prices.
YouTube TV is raising its prices again, this time to $82.99 a month. Now, I cut the cord with DirecTV in August of 2016, switched to YouTube TV. I think the price was like $35 a month at the time, which was crazy cheap and a great deal, considering I was paying $140 for Direct. This is what I'm paying monthly now for TV. YouTube TV, $82.99. Netflix, $15.49. Apple, $9.99. Paramount, $7.99. Peacock, $7.99. Max, $16.99. Hulu, $9.99. Prime, $14.99. Disney, $9.99. Total of $166.42. I have 9 apps, 9 passwords, 9 debits for my bank account. I thought the future was supposed to be better, easier, more convenient. Man, they got us with the bait and switch.
That last sentence right there is exactly what these companies wanted. I understand why it worked. Even a decade ago, I barely used TV. Now it seems like there are tons of different streaming services. I don't even really know what YouTube TV is. I have premium myself, but the $80+ a month just for that alone seems way too much for me. And at the end of the day, if you want to watch all of these different TV shows that seem to be on separate streaming services every single time, it seems like it's even more money than having Verizon Fios or DirecTV, any of the actual TV services. We can look at some of the comments here. Streaming services and Airbnb have run their course. It's time for cable and hotels again. You didn't mention your internet service costs as well. Yeah, didn't even think of that. Just canceled YouTube TV, not paying $83 a month. Here we have have a couple comments from you guys, almost all AAA games, all the big budget video games. Top Golf is extremely expensive. I've only ever been to Top Golf maybe 5 times in my life. Every single time it's been on a Tuesday where they have the half price. I went with my friends. I couldn't imagine how much money it is on a Friday or Saturday night. People getting food, getting drinks. Playing a couple rounds of golf with people must be hundreds of dollars. But going back to the video game comment, if you are in that space right now, it is really looking bleak. Everything's microtransactions, trying to take as much money out of you as humanly possible while giving you a game that's unfinished, not even fun anymore, copy and paste every single year like Call of Duty.
Black Ops 6's player count is absolutely tanking at the moment. We're losing about 1% of the player base each day as of currently. Streamers and content creators are beginning to take notice of this, including myself. There are currently 3 major issues that are plaguing the game: AI hackers and skill-based matchmaking. You guys have probably heard a lot about these recently. There are a lot of games that are absolutely killing COD in numbers right now, such as Marvel Rivals, Delta Force, or Fortnite, and Fortnite just hit a new peak recently with the new season. Player count drop-off is very similar to MW2 or MW3's player count drop-off, but it does seem to be a little bit more substantial, basically.
So I'm not saying as a whole video games are completely going away. Like he said, Fortnite is apparently still doing very well, but there are many other game series that are just completely dying right now because it's much easier to have an item shop with random skins or gun skins, maybe even the loot boxes, and have whales pay thousands and thousands of dollars every single year to be able to get cool stuff for their character instead of actually making a game that people want to play. Half the time, by the way, it isn't even free. Like Fortnite at least was free to play. You could download it on any one of your computers, and then you could buy the skins that are still like $20 a skin if you wanted to, but you didn't have to. Games like Call of Duty are still $70 each just to start, and it's still just the same game with a different skin every year at the end of the day. Here we have another comment from one of you guys. Bowling has gotten outrageously expensive. I took my family with 6 people and bowled 2 games. It was $130. Never again. I wanted to put this in because maybe 2 or 3 months ago, I ended up going bowling with my girlfriend. We played 2 games. Of course, we also had to rent shoes, but that was it. We did not get food, no nachos or pizza, drinks, anything. Just 2 games on 1 lane with 2 rented shoes ended up being about $60. So obviously I'm no pro bowler, but it is a fun activity to do, similar to mini golf, but not for $60 a pop, and 2 full games of bowling last maybe an hour. And there are many other stories talking about this issue.
I'm going bowling today. I've just been online to book. I swear to God, I've been in a time capsule. Honestly, it's me, my mate, my 2 children, his 2 children. That's 1 lane, 6 guests. 4 of those guests are between the ages of 7 and 12. There's no concessions for kids. You've got to book a minimum of 2 hours. This is at Bolero in Los Angeles. Because it's Saturday, it's considered prime time. So they also add an extra $20 per person on top, which is towards food and drink that you have to use. You don't get it back if you don't use it. Plus it's the shoe hire, which is vile, quite frankly. You can't bring your own shoes. They don't make any difference anyway. Plus taxes. Guess how much? Go on, have a guess. 2 hours bowling with me, my mate, and our children. $372 to go bowling. I don't want to buy the company. I don't want to buy the place. I just want to bowl. I want to go bowling with my kids today.
I feel like when I make these videos about a lot of different topics, just being awful, it's like I'm an old person saying that everything back then was just so much better and everything sucks now, but what else am I supposed to say? This isn't even a long video. I bet I can make this an hour long, going in depth with way more examples if I really wanted to. It's not really that surprising when a main form of entertainment today is just sitting in your room scrolling for hours on end. Even if it is brain rot content or memes on TikTok, on YouTube, whatever, at least at the end of the day, it's a lot cheaper than any of these activities. That is, unless you start buying stuff online, that could be a whole nother beast. But that's all I got today. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. YouTube thinks you'll like this video popping up on screen right now, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, and I'll talk to you guys later.